Okay, so let's do a quick draw of a hand, and we're going to do the back of the right hand here. So we're just going to start off with a wedge that's approximately 8 by 10, 8 units wide, 10 units long. The knuckles are going to sit right along here, okay, like this. So that's the first main shape you need. The second shape you're going to need is the shape for the web pad, which starts at the knuckles and goes to the end of the webbing. And we're going to shape it like that because we're going to put the middle finger here just on this side of center there, so like that. And these knuckles kind of form a weird arc like that, so we'll actually draw this like this, and then we know to put the other knuckles back here. This one's back a little bit, and the pinky's way back, the pinky knuckle like that. So we have first shape is this wedge, second shape is the knuckle pad, and the third shape, which is this thumb triangle here like that, starts just behind the knuckle and goes out like that. Okay, so we have our three shapes that we need. Shape number one is this wedge. Shape number two is the thumb pad. Shape number three is the thumb triangle or thumb wedge. Now, the length of the middle finger is as long as the hand is from the knuckle to the wrist. Okay, so we just measure up here, and there's the length of the middle finger. We'll just draw it in this ever widening rectangle shape like that to start, and then we can just draw an arc here for the other fingers. The pointer finger is shorter, goes down to the nail of the middle finger, and this one's just slightly shorter. So anyway, there we go. This one here, and this one is a bit longer than the pointer finger. Or I don't know if it's longer, maybe it's because it's set back, the way it's set back into the hand here. Anyway, that's about it. And the pinky only goes up to the second knuckle of the ring finger, so we'll get to that. Well, we'll get to that in a minute here. We'll roughly put in the pinky shape here like that. Okay, placing the knuckles. Now, this knuckle is halfway from here to the end of the finger, okay? So the middle of this knuckle to here is halfway to here, okay? So we can put in the fingernail, which is a shovel shape, and then halfway from here to the tip is where we're going to find the main knuckle of the hand, right there. And then 60% from here to here, so it's not halfway, it's more than halfway, is where the last knuckle will sit, like that. And now that we have that done, this looks like it's a little more than halfway. Yeah, it is. So let's move this back just a little bit. Okay. Then the other knuckles, this one sits back of this one sits back of that one. Put in the nails. Put in the nails. They look like shovels. And then the pinky, this one should go back maybe a little bit more. There we go. This one's going to be here, and the pinky's going to go up to there. So that's the length of the pinky up to that knuckle right there. Okay, so then we have this knuckle here, this knuckle here. The pinky knuckle is way under this one and just above it. So just above it and then way under it. Put in the webbing like that. Okay, and then we have this pad of skin that sticks out here like this. So it goes about like that. That's another little shape, but we don't add that first. The main three shapes are the wedge, the palm, the knuckle pad here, okay, the web pad, I guess you can call it, and then the thumb wedge. This is like a secondary thing you can add on later for details. Now, the middle finger and the thumb are the same length, so that's how far the thumb's going to stick out. Okay, we have a knuckle right here. Okay, so that's the first knuckle of the thumb, and the second knuckle here is 60% of the way. So it's going to come up. It's going to come up. Remember, this knuckle lays inside the webbing here like that. And then we're going to see the side of the thumb because it's on a 45-degree angle. It's not straight up. It's 45 degrees. And That puts the angle of the thumb like that. We don't see the bottom side of the thumbnail. Okay, and now we can add on the side of the thumb and go out to here. So knuckle there, and then it comes in and starts to go down to that webbing. Okay, we have this muscle right here, this teardrop. So you can still see it even if your hand is spread out. So we're going to put that in here. Okay, indicate that. There's a tendon here that rides along here. You don't have to put it in, but you can. Okay, to show off your anatomy abilities. There's a slight bulge on this side of the wrist here, and then it goes up to the arm. And on this side there's a big bulge because of your ulna bone right there. Okay, we have the tendons at the back of the hand here that go into the wrist cluster. The wrist bones are shaped like a bowl, and we can put in these tendons, assuming your hand is tightened up like that. And you don't see as much of the pinky, but you can see it coming down a little bit here. And it points in a little more like that. Okay, so that is the basic construction of the hand. Now, if we want to do the fingers with a little more detail, we can do them like a peanut. So they go out around the knuckle, and then they come in, out around the knuckle, and then they go back out. So out and in, and out. You can see it here. Out, in, and out. Out around the knuckle, out around the knuckle. Okay. The other detail you want is the skin folds this way, and these two it folds this way. So if you want to put those indicators in there, you can. You can do a little thing like this, thing like that, and a thing like, and this one goes down quite far. So you don't have to put them in when you're drawing the back of the hand, but realize if it's open, you don't see them at all. If it's closed, you see them out this way, out. So you can put them in if you choose. Around the knuckle and in, around the knuckle and in. These are the webbing areas in here, here, and here. Like that. Pinky out around the knuckle, out around the knuckle, around the knuckle, around the knuckle, and in. And maybe I added too much on here. It's not that. Okay, and lastly, I'll do the index pointer finger again. Make it just a little wider. Out around the knuckle, in, out around the knuckle, in, out and in, back out, and back out down to the hand. And we can take some time to do these. All right, and of course the web pad, you won't see it over top of the fingers, so we can get rid of those details now that our construction is all done. I don't think I did this side right. Out and in, and out like that. And sometimes you can see the tendons past the knuckle here going down into the finger, so it just depends on how thin a person is or how strong they are, how much you would see the tendon go down the finger like that. But roughly, put in a bit of shading or showing the planes of the hand, and basically there's a plane here like that. Okay, that kind of goes more this way, goes straighter like that. So it's kind of a triangle plane. You know, you don't see it specifically, but I can kind of see that plane right there, and then there's the teardrop for the muscle. Okay, you've got the knuckle, and it's important you draw it like this angle so that the thumb looks like it's on its side, and you could put some shading to indicate it's on its side. This tendon here, there's a bit of a, well, we won't get into too much of the shading, but anyway, like that. There isn't really any line across here like this, so that's our hand. Okay, I think the thing to remember is we have three basic shapes: the body of the hand, the web pad, and then we had the triangle for the thumb. The middle finger is as long as the palm of the hand, and the thumb is as long as the middle finger. And those are pretty much the landmarks you need. The other thing is the wedge for the hand is about 10 units long and 8 units wide, so it should definitely be thinner here at the knuckles. You can also take the pointer finger and it should equal about the width of the hand here. If you take this and move it across here, it's about the same width. Your thumb is thinner than that. Did I say thumb? I meant to say the wrist is thinner than where the knuckles are here. It thins down. Okay, and that's everything you need to know about drawing the back of the hand. All right, that's it.